the house we go. When you get the end result, it's all worth it. For the most part. God. Maybe not. Just look at that. It's an incredible beach. And so, hello there, and welcome back to another Night at the Movies vlog. And you may be wondering where I'm at right now. Well, I'm in Scotland, and I'm on holiday at that place over there. Hopefully you can see it in the background. So yeah, don't know what this vlog's going to have in store for us, but I'm excited to find out. Yeah, I'm excited to see what the rest of the vlog has in store. I'm here for about 2 weeks. And it's about 2 days into my holiday, and I'm not going to be recording every day of this holiday. Every day I do, I'm sure it's going to be a memorable day. So, without further ado, let's get into the vlog. Oh yes. And so the vlog continues. I recorded that opening on Tuesday, now it's Saturday, but I'm here for another week, so I've still got plenty of time to record. Today, I'm going to build some sandcastles, I'm going to go in the sea, even though it's going to be ice cold, and also I'm going to be doing some other stuff, which you'll see in a bit. And I'm going to be exploring that house, well, the house we're staying at, the course we're staying at, it's called Rockley. I'll be exploring that in a bit, but I'm not doing that right now, because I'm going down to the beach to build a sandcastle. You can't see the beach from here, and move along a bit. You can see it down there. That's the beach I'm going to, and I'm going to build a sandcastle, and the sun's in my eyes as well. So I'm squinting while I was looking at the camera, but anyway, let's go and do some fun stuff on this Saturday, the 13th of July. I think that's the date that I'm recording this. Yeah, I think it is. Not actually sure. You know what it's like when you're on holiday, you lose track of the days. Anyway, let's go down there, build some sandcastles, go in the sea, and have some fun. So this is the cottage we're staying at. It's called Rockley, as I already said, and we're going down to the beach right now. But before we go down to the beach, we've got to go down this walkway. Literally, the beach is like a 2-minute walk from the house. That's the beach we're going to, and that's the walkway, the path down to said beach. That's another view of the house. Inside the living room. Again, we'll explore that in due time, but not right now. There's a little platform is where you can often feed the pine marten, which I have already seen this holiday. We might see again. I'll have to stay tuned to see if we will. But anyway, let's go down the path to that beach over there. Oh yes, so down the path we go. That, my friends, is the beach. We're building a sandcastle on this morning. Elliot's over there already. I'm over here. Just walked down that path down to the beach. Only a 2-minute walk, quite literally. I was filming it, and my camera tells me how long it takes to film something. I've got a timer on it. So yeah, there you go. That's the beach, and I'm going over there where Elliot is, where that person is in the distance, to build a sandcastle. This morning, woke up and it was all grey and dull. Sun's come out. Because you knew I was coming on the beach, wasn't it? They knew it was me, and like, I gotta get the sun out for spine. So the sea, I reckon, is about half an hour off from taking our sandcastles. Elliot's already started building a sandcastle. Doesn't want to be on camera. And so anyway, I'm gonna start building mine now. There you go. I'm pretty happy with that. And that is my sandcastle. The idea is, wait for the sea to take the sandcastle and do some competition between me and my brother whose sandcastle lasts the longest. Now Elliot's still building his, but mine is complete. You can see where I dug from, you can see I've got a little moat going on. That is my sandcastle, and over there is the sea. So which one will be taken first? Only time will tell. But I'm not going to be speaking for the next part of the vlog. I'm going to get my underwater camera out to video the rest, because I don't want to get my phone wet. I don't want to accidentally drop it in the sea, because that would not be a good thing, would it? So yeah, going to get my underwater camera out to film the rest. So time for some underwater camera shots. Ooh, yes. So I'm back up from the sea. That is the holiday cottage we're staying at behind me. Right now I'm outside of the garden. The sea is currently in, although I think it might be on the turn actually, and I think it might be going out a bit, so we're going to walk out all the way to the other side of the bay over there in due time. But right now I'm going to show you guys inside that cottage, and I have done this in a past vlog, but I'm going to do it again here just in case, you know, you didn't watch that past vlog today. By the way, if you hear some people screaming, it's because down there, there's people going in the sea. I did it earlier today, and the sea is ice cold, so I know exactly why they're screaming, because I did the same. Anyway, let's go inside, and I'm going to show you guys around the cottage, the holiday cottage that I am staying at in this vlog. Let's get in, shall we? So over by the washing is where I just stood, walked along this path, and now we're going into the house. Oh, it's a nice breezy day, good, because as my saying goes, a windy day keeps the midges away, and because windy today, there are no midges. Anyway, into the house we go. Oh. So, this, we're going to keep our shoes. What do we do? Keep our shoes. This is a small toilet going in to the hall of the cottage. So my mom's bedroom, not allowed in there. Elliot's bedroom, not allowed in there. That's my bedroom, but it's an absolute tip, so we're not going to go in there really. This is the bathroom. It's a nice little bathroom. There you go. It's a shower, sink, toilet, and towels. In there is stuff that doesn't need to be logged, and now we're into the living area and kitchen. In the same area and the same bits. They're joined together at this place, which can be a bit annoying, but also is nice, because sometimes when you're eating breakfast or eating whatever, you know, tea, lunch, you can watch some TV at the same time. However, when the kettle is boiling, it's also remarkably loud, so you can't always hear the TV. But still, you get the point. The kitchen's there, and the living area down here. There's a TV, there's the DVDs down there, some Lego which I've been building, and there's the view out into the bay. So, let's get outside there, and let's see the view from outside. So we're back outside, and walking around here, those three windows look in to the living area I was just in. This is the holiday cottage from the side. Oh, when I was starting recording this a little bit, I was seeing the holiday cottage from the front. Now this is from the side. To walk around a bit. So often in these bushes you get deer and you get pine martens. Yes, I did use a plural on pine martens because we have seen multiple here before. To be honest, I should have used a plural for deers, although I suppose deer is a plural for deer. I don't know what I'm really saying anymore. Get the point I'm making. You get deer and pine martens here. That window is the one leading to my bedroom. Can you see anything through there? No, I don't really think you can. Well, anyway, that goes into my bedroom. Go around here. There's a main road just there, although you'd be surprised by how many little cars. How little doesn't really make sense. Yeah. Although you'd be surprised by how little you hear cars going past. Anyway, go around here. Again, just going around the side of the holiday cottage. And this is a little sort of storage area. I'm not sure if I can get in it right now. Can I? Oh no, I can't. There you go. Let's see, just mainly storage. Nothing too exciting. Now there's wetsuits. Yeah. There used to be like footballs and spades and everything in here, and there isn't really anymore. I mean, there's a board up there. There's some what do you call them? Paddles, are they? I don't know. I don't really do kayaking. We've got them in here still, but there used to be a lot more cool stuff, and now it's just kind of DIY stuff for the most part. Still, that's what that section of the holiday place is. Nothing too exciting. There is a window which leads into my mother's bedroom, so I'm not going to go in there. But this is the view from the holiday place. I mean, look at this view. Pretty spectacular. I mean, not pretty spectacular. It is spectacular. It's just, there's nothing quite like it. You know, when I'm feeling down throughout the year, I often just think of this view, and it keeps me going because there's a reason we come back to this holiday cottage all the time. And I think this view and just this area, which is so at the way of everything and so perfect, is one of the reasons as to why. You know, there's nothing quite like this view. And there's nothing quite like this holiday place. Now I'm going down to the beach. I'm gonna take some photos. There's a holiday cottage through all the leaves and bushes, and I'm pretty sure I've already said this, but in case I haven't, this is the way down to the beach from the holiday cottage, which you'll see in a sec. Just up there. So let's go down to the beach and take my first toy photos of this holiday. Oh yeah. You can hear the beach in the distance. Well, you can hear the sea in the distance. We can hear the beach. What a mistake. You can hear the sea in the distance. And it's calling. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Back down on the beach. And time to take some photos on these rocks. I mean, just look at the colour of the sea though. It's beautiful. Really something special. Really something else. And our first photo is, of course, of R2 and 3PO. If you follow my vlogs, you'll know that I include a photo of R2 and 3PO in all of my vlogs. This is the first time I included this version of R2 and 3PO, which are the Black Series figures, which I think only released within the last year. So there we go. First photo, the one that sounded might new than actually. There you go, my first toy photo of this holiday. Photo number 2. So this one was a bit more tricky to do because, well, I don't have a Lego tree bird. I missed that one when it came out, but I've got a Funko Pop tree bird, and I wanted to recreate Merry and Pippin riding tree bird from the second Lord of the Rings movie, The Two Towers. But that's easier said than done when there's a wind in the air. So, when you get the end result, it's all worth it. For the most part. Yes. Maybe not. There you go, that's the best the photo is going to turn out. See how long it takes for the wind to knock this figure down. I only paid £2 for it, so I don't have a huge attachment to this figure. Right, come on, let's see how long it takes for the wind to knock this figure down. There we go. But he's all fine. So now that I'm sat on the beach, I'm going to explain how this all works. This beach we're currently sat on is essentially the beach for the people who are staying at the cottage we're staying at. We're staying at Rockley. And that beach over there we call Main Beach because there's a car park there. It's the easiest beach for visitors and tourists and whatnot to get down onto. That beach over there, don't really have a name for it, we kind of call it my beach because I've been on it a couple of times by myself. You can't really see it right now because the tide's in so much, but you get that beach which we call our beach because that was the beach, that's the beach, yeah, we used to go into a lot as a family. And then you get that beach over there which is Sand Dune Beach, which we're going to go to later in this vlog. But basically each bit is separate right now, but when the tide goes out, which we'll see in a bit, it's all one big beach. So you can literally walk from here all the way over to Sand Dune. And yeah, you'll probably have to walk over a little bit of the sea, but all the sea which you're seeing right now will be out. Yes. It's already happened this holiday, but I haven't recorded it yet, but hopefully it's going to happen again and I'll be able to show you more what I mean later. Essentially, there's a beach here, there's a beach there, there's a beach there, there's a beach over there, there's another beach over there. And when the tide goes out, they all make one big beach. And that's kind of my explanation of Rockley Bay. And right now, we're on the beach, down from the cottage, which is all the way up there. So there you go. That's me doing my best to explain the beaches around here. A bit later in the day now, it's getting close to 7 o'clock, but the tide is out much further than it was earlier today, so we're gonna go on a walk across the bay to the other side, and yeah, means we're gonna have to do some walking through the sea and some walking on the beach. So without further ado, let's get down onto the beach and into this walk. Back down on the beach and going on this walk along each beach on this bay to get to the far end. So that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm going to show you guys where I'm going, to flick the camera over, so I'm going to do that. Camera's flicked over and we are going all the way over there. There's some rocks on the beach. That's where I'm going. But in order to get over there, we got to walk through the sea and we're going to walk over these beaches. So I'm going to put my phone away for a bit. I'm not going to vlog whilst I'm going over the sea. That'd be a silly thing to do, and I have done in the past, and somehow my phone didn't go in the sea, but I ain't going to risk that today. I'm going to pick up the vlog as we've done a bit more of this walk. So here we go, walking to the other end of the beach on this lazy Saturday afternoon. So we just walked through that sea and now we're on what we call Main Beach, which is essentially just the public beach. The beach where visitors come down onto the most because there's a little walkway there. I've been on that walkway, nothing special. Anyway, this is the first beach we have to cross to get to that far beach over there. And now we're on to the next, well, now we're walking on to the next beach. Whew. And the weather is glorious. What you can see right now. Look at that. So anyway, the walk continues. This is the next beach that's part of this one huge beach that when the tide goes even further out, you can walk straight across on. But this is like beach number 2 or beach number 3, if you want to call it that. It's the beach I've been on myself in the past, literally just by myself, by those rocks over there. I think I even jumped off on those rocks in my last holiday vlog here. But yeah, I like this little beach. I haven't spent loads of time here, but you know, it's nice what it is. It's out of the way, and yeah, it's not too bad. So this is beach number 3 when I walk to beach number 5, to the far beach over there, which you can't see, but it's past that headland. There's a headland there, you know, where my finger's circling, and we're going past that, and that'll be our destination. But right now, this is a little beach they can go on before I get to the one we're going to. Ooh, yes. This is beach number 4 when I walk to the far beach, which is past the headland. So here we started all the way over there, and now over here. This is the beach that we called our beach. So we call it our beach because me and my family have spent a lot of time here over the years. It's a really nice beach when you just spend a day here and you watch the tide go out from right here, and you know, you just can relax. It's out of the way. Yeah, I really like this beach and have many fond memories here. So now we're getting close to our destination on what we like to call Sand Dune Beach. So without further ado, let's get over to the next beach. Or maybe actually, let's get onto the headland. How about that? Let's go onto the headland and show you guys our first view of the longest beach that's part of this bay. Yes, we're almost at... we're getting there. We're getting close to the destination. Not long now. But this is our beach. Beach number 4. This is what the headland looks like. It just separates the last beach from the next beach. So there you go. It separates our beach from Sand Dune Beach. And some people camp here. We've seen that in the past. We haven't seen it for a while, but no, I like it here. It's closed off, and you know, if you can't get around the headland, which you sometimes can't when the tide's in, you can walk along here. And it's stony and everything, and when you've got bare feet like I have, it's not the easiest to walk on, to say the least. So, I like the headland. Now, let's get on to Sand Dune Beach. This is beach number 5, and this is what we like to call Sand Dune Beach. Literally because it's got all the sand dunes there, and also because you're going to see in a sec, there used to be this long sand dune that's basically just turned into a sort of cliff now. It's just sort of just a hill. Back when I used to be really young, it used to be a proper, you know, proper sand dune that would be just the most fun to go down, but it's not anymore. Still, before I show you guys what I'm talking about, the sand dune that I'm talking about, here is the beach. Look how long it is. Oh, it's so nice to have it to ourselves. Yeah, this is probably my favourite beach on this bay. I mean, I love all the beaches, but this is probably my favourite one, just because of its length and because of the many fond memories I've had on this beach. Ooh, just look at that. It's an incredible beach, you know? And we're going over there. That's our destination. There's some rocks on the beach over there, and that's our destination. But here is a sand dune. I'm going to flip the camera over in a sec. Here's a sand dune that I was talking about. It used to be just the most fun to go down, and is now basically just a cliff. Look at that. It's just a cliff now, and that used to be a properly good sand dune that you could run down on the sand, but you can't even do that anymore. Yeah, those days are gone. Everything changes, but then again, some things don't. Like what we like to call Dinosaur Island over there. Journey started all the way over there. That's Rockwood Cottage from the distance. I walked all along there, you know, behind the headland, and now walked all the way along this beach. Currently stood here, and our destination is there. What me and my family like to call Dinosaur Island. That's what we call this little rock bit on the beach, because we used to put dinosaurs on it when we were kids and play about with dinosaur figures on this beach, and also because it looks a bit like, I don't know, it has a bit of a dinosaur look about it. Wouldn't you agree? Anyway, this is our destination for the beach walk, and here we are. We've reached our destination. Dinosaur Island, this little rock bit, but we like to call it that. And now that I'm here, it's only fitting to take some photos. And our first photo here is of some dinosaurs, because it's Dinosaur Island. I'm trying my best to recreate the raptor scene from the first Jurassic Park. We've got some raptors there. You got, what's his name? The raptor guy. I forgot off the top of my head right now, but you got the raptor guy and you got Ellie there, trapped between all these raptors. So there we have our first photo, and there's not going to be many photos here, but our first photo on Dinosaur Island for today. Our next photo is of Slave One, although it's not really called that anymore. It's called Boba Fett's Starship. That's what they're trying to call it now. And you got the old Boba Fett from like 2003, I think this figure's from when Lego Star Wars started, and the new version of Boba Fett with Slave One. I like to imagine that they're both arguing over who gets to fly Slave One, and you got, oh god, will the figure actually stay up? It better stay up. No. Stay up. Yes, it stayed up. I like to think that they're arguing over who's going to fly it. And you also got Han Solo and Carbonite there. So there you go. Actually, I'm going to move him there for the photo, and they have our second photo. Look at that. Not a bad photo of that. Kind of surprised Slave One managed to stay up. And our last photo on Dinosaur Island for today is of Frodo and Sam looking out onto the beach. Kind of like the shot you see at the end of the first Lord of the Rings film, Fellowship of the Ring. Except they're not looking out onto Mount Dune, they're looking out onto a more pleasant sight. And they got Sam and Frodo. And if it turns figures around, they're going to stay up if it turns them around. Oh, let's have a look. Yes, they're staying up. Can they stay up? Please stay up. Hey, there we go. That's the last photo, the last toy photo, should I say, that I'm doing on Dinosaur Island for today. Sam and Frodo looking out onto the beach, the same way they look out onto their journey at the end of Fellowship of the Ring. Well, that's it for Dinosaur Island today. There's two figures over there. My mom and my brother, and they're the two people I walked over here with, and they wanted to go back. I think the tide might be on its turn, and also it's getting kind of late, so they want to go back now and relax for the evening, as do I. There you have it, Dinosaur Island, our destination for this walk behind us. There's a little bit more to the beach over there, and maybe I'll explore that later on this vlog. But for now, I'm heading back. Walking by the sea, on our way back, and we're going to walk past the headland, which means going back in the sea. Oh my god, I do love it here. So peaceful, so out of the way. So nice to get away from everything when you come here. It's just, there's nowhere quite like it. Almost back up at the house now. That is the end of our little beach walk for today. Yeah, we're over there. Now, we're over here.